There's a building in every city with hundreds of rooms. Some of those rooms cost $49. Some cost $25,000. Same city, same night, completely different world. And the moment you walk through that door, they already know which one you are. This is what actually happens at every level. Level 1. The $49 motel. You book it at 11 p.m. Not because you wanted to, because it was the only thing left. The parking lot is cracked asphalt under yellow light. There are no other colors here, just yellow, just concrete, just the sound of the highway 200 feet away that never actually stops. There is no lobby. There is a window, bulletproof glass, a slot at the bottom. You slide your card through. The person behind the glass doesn't look up, not because he's rude, because you are the 14th person tonight and none of them needed eye contact. The key is plastic. Room 114, end of the hall. The hallway smells like 3 things. You identify all 3 without wanting to. Cleaning product, cigarettes, something older than both. The room is exactly what you expected, which is its own kind of defeat. Because somewhere between booking it and arriving, you had hoped it might be slightly better than expected. It is not. The TV gets 4 channels. The AC unit rattles at a frequency designed specifically to prevent sleep. You call the front desk. Nobody answers. You put a towel against it. It helps 11%. The bathroom faucet drips every 4 seconds. You count. You don't know why you count. You just do. Checkout is at 11, not 11:01. 11. There is a sign about this. There are 2 signs. You leave before anyone speaks to you again. You were room 114. Now you're just gone. Level 2. The $120 chain hotel. Same city, 2 miles away. There is a lobby here. Carpet with a pattern that means nothing. A plant that may or may not be real. Lighting designed to feel like neither day nor night. The person at the desk smiles. It is a trained smile, the kind that arrives at the same speed every time, regardless of who is standing in front of it. She asks for your ID, your card, whether you'd prefer a higher floor. Higher floor is $15 more. You say no. She types something. You'll never know what. The Wi-Fi is free. It requires 4 steps to access. A code on a card, a website, a form, an email confirmation that arrives 6 minutes later. The shower pressure is acceptable. The towels are white. They feel like paper that went to college. Breakfast is included. You go because it's included, not because you're hungry. Because included means you already paid for it and not going feels like losing. Scrambled eggs under a heat lamp. They have been there since 6 a.m. It is now 8:47 a.m. The orange juice is from a machine. It is room temperature. It tastes like the idea of orange juice. You eat alone at a table next to a window. The window looks onto the parking lot. Beyond the parking lot is a highway. Beyond the highway is another parking lot. You ask for late checkout. They say they'll try. What they mean is no. You carry your own bag to the lobby. The person at checkout does not ask how your stay was. The next guest steps up. She smiles. Same speed, same angle. You were a transaction. The transaction is now closed. Level 3. The $300 hotel. This is where something shifts. The door opens before you touch it. Not automatically. A person opens it. An actual person whose job is to open this door and mean it. Good evening. 2 words. But the weight is different. You notice the weight. The lobby has a smell. Not cleaning product, not carpet. Something designed, warm, slightly woody. They pump it through the ventilation system. You don't know this yet. It doesn't matter. It's working. The desk is dark wood. The clerk wears a suit. He uses your name before you say it. It was in the reservation, but it doesn't feel like data retrieval. It feels like you were expected. Like someone told him you were coming and he was glad to hear it. Someone takes your bag. You didn't ask. A person simply appeared and the bag is no longer in your hand. The elevator has mirrors on 3 walls. You look at yourself. You look like someone staying at a $300 hotel. That's new. The room has a view. You go to the window on purpose. You have never gone to a hotel window on purpose before. Every other time it was accidental. This time you walk straight to it. The towels are thick. You pick one up with both hands. You have never thought about a towel before in your life. You think about this one. When something goes wrong, the TV remote needs batteries. You call down. It is fixed in 4 minutes. Not fixed. Solved. Someone arrives, replaces the batteries, and leaves before you finish the sentence explaining the problem. At checkout, they ask how your stay was. You say great. You mean it. That surprises you. Level 4? The $600 suite. They knew you were coming. Not because they were watching, because they prepared. The concierge uses your name in the driveway. Before you say anything. Before you reach the door, Your name in a driveway from a person you've never met. Check-in happens in a chair, not at a desk. A chair. Someone brings water while you sit. Still or sparkling? You say still. A glass arrives, not a bottle. A glass. With ice that was made from filtered water specifically so it wouldn't affect the taste. The suite has a living room, a separate bedroom, a bathroom where the bathtub sits in the center of the floor. Not against the wall, the center. Because there is enough space for that and someone decided you deserve to know it. There is a welcome letter on the desk. Handwritten. Someone held a pen and wrote your name before you arrived. While you were still in transit. While you were still nobody in particular to this building. They wrote your name anyway. You read it twice. The words aren't special. Being written to is. You want dinner. You don't name a restaurant. You call down and say you're thinking about dinner. They suggest 3 options. Book whichever you prefer. Car is arranged. The word no does not appear in this conversation. At $300 a night, they served you. At $600, they anticipated you. The distance between those 2 words is the distance between a room and an experience. Level 5. The $1,500 hotel. The hotel has no sign. A sign would mean you needed to be told. At this level, you already know. If you don't already know, you don't belong here. That's not cruelty. That's just the architecture of exclusivity. There is no front desk. There is a drawing room, sofas, art. A person who introduces himself as the director of the property, not the manager, the director. The person who runs the entire building came to meet you personally. He knows your room temperature preference. He doesn't explain how. He simply says it's been adjusted. Your room has a butler, one person, assigned to you. For the duration of your stay, their professional purpose is entirely you. They unpack your bag. You didn't ask. Your clothes are hung by category. Your shoes are aligned. Your toiletries are arranged on the bathroom counter in an order that somehow makes sense. In the morning, your shoes are outside the door, polished. You didn't ask for this either. You will never ask for anything here. Asking implies the possibility of no. There is no no here. The suite has a dining table for 8. You are traveling alone. Nobody mentions this. This is not service anymore. Service implies a transaction, a request, a response. This is attention. Sustained, studied, invisible attention. The kind that makes you feel like the most important person in the building without anyone ever saying so. At $49, you are a risk to be managed. At $1,500, you are a person to be protected. Level 6. The $5,000 residence. This building is not called a hotel. It is called a residence. Your room has a name. The Meridian Suite. The Ashford. Something that sounds like a person. Because at this level, your room has more identity than most people's apartments. The flowers inside were chosen this morning, not from a catalog. Based on the season, your previous stays. A file that has been quietly building since the first time you walked through this door. There is a private chef, not a restaurant you can order from. A chef who will cook what you want in your kitchen tonight. Whatever you want, from wherever it needs to come from. You sleep differently here, not just because the mattress costs more than a car. Because for the first time in recent memory, absolutely nothing is wrong. No rattling AC, no dripping faucet, no checkout sign, no heat lamp eggs, nothing wrong anywhere in any direction. In the morning, a newspaper is outside your door. Ironed. They iron the newspaper here, because a folded newspaper has creases, and creases are imperfect. And imperfect is not what you paid for. There is no bill at checkout. The word checkout is not used. They call it your departure. And someone asks when you'll be returning. The money has already been handled. Making money invisible is the final luxury, the thing every level below this cannot do. At $49, the money is the whole conversation. At $5,000, it has left the room entirely. Level 7. The $25,000 penthouse per night. The elevator opens inside the suite, not on a floor, inside. You step directly from the elevator into your living room. No corridor. No other doors, no other guests, just you and the city through floor-to-ceiling glass. A full staff is on your floor. You will not see them working. You will only see the results of their work. Fresh flowers that appeared, a temperature that adjusted, a glass that refilled. The work is made invisible because visible work reminds you that work is being done, and that reminder is considered a failure at this level. The suite has a private pool, indoors, heated, looking out over the entire city. You can swim at 3 a.m. if you want. Nobody will ask why. Nobody will be surprised. The pool exists entirely for moments like this. There is original art on the walls, on loan from a gallery, changed monthly, for whoever is staying here, for you. Your security was checked before you stepped off the elevator. Not because you're famous, because at $25,000 a night, nothing is left to chance. Nothing is assumed. Nothing is hoped for. Everything is confirmed. Any car, 12 minutes. Any restaurant, 15 minutes. Any request, one phone call to one number that connects to one person who has no other job right now than your answer. You stand at the window. The city is below you, all of it. Every $49 motel. Every chain hotel breakfast. Every parking lot view. Every rattling AC unit keeping someone awake right now tonight in room 114 somewhere down there and all of that. Same city, same night. Somewhere right now, someone is in room 114. The faucet is dripping. The AC is rattling. They called twice and nobody answered. And somewhere in the same city, someone is standing at a floor-to-ceiling window 47 floors up watching the lights. Both of them needed a place to sleep tonight. That part was the same. Everything else, every word spoken to them, every surface they touched, every smell in the air, every person who looked at them and decided how much attention they deserved, was decided by one thing: the number they typed into a booking site. The hotel didn't choose to be cruel at $49. The hotel chose to be profitable. The cruelty was just included in the price. Same city, same night, different world, and the only thing standing between those two worlds is the number, just the number.